When did Clawdbot first get pushed?
January 4th.
That's when they changed their name apparently and went to a new GitHub. But Peter, the founder or the creator,
Yeah.
started working on it in November, I believe.
Ah,
This is kind of crazy. You know, this is the suddenly then all at once moment we talk about with technology. We've been talking about AI agents. We've been talking about automating jobs. We've been talking about vibe coding and being able to explain what you want and having a single interface and just in time software. All this stuff we've been talking about for 3 years and that this would be coming. And somehow this one tool pulled it all together. What do we take from that, Alex Finn? Like, how did this happen all of a sudden?
I think why this happened all of a sudden is because it's open source and because it was made by Peter and kind of a ragtag group of developers online. It didn't have the same sort of bureaucracy as Anthropic trying to do this. Anthropic released Claude Cowork a week ago, which is basically, this is the vision of Claude Cowork, basically. But you can see what happens when you have bureaucracy versus open source, do whatever the hell you want, right? Claude Cowork basically can edit a spreadsheet. That's the extent of what it can do. And this can do, quite literally anything, nuclear bomb your entire digital life. It can do anything.
right. Alex, but isn't that the point? It's not bureaucracy, it's safety. Like if Anthropic released this, they would get sued for people that crash their life. But because it's open source, there's no need for guardrails. So we can just go a little bit wild. But also Opus 4.5 helps too, yeah?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Opus definitely helps, but it just kind of shows you from an application perspective when you don't have safety, guardrails, bureaucracy, although there is definitely positive points to those things. I'm not crapping all over safety and bureaucracy, but you can just see what happens with velocity when you can just go online, build things, and it's open source, which kind of convinces you open source might win this entire thing at the end of the day.
Mm. That is interesting because somebody's going to have to build a hosted version of this, an enterprise grade version of this off of the open source product. The founder of this must be
so many opportunities.
Yeah.
Enterprise services. So implementing this for the normie, for the average person to make sure it's safe. I mean, there's $1 billion.
Like as a consultant, but WordPress had hosted WordPress and then VIP WordPress, obviously Mongo. I mean, this is just a tale as old as time at this point. So I wonder if the founder has taken the VC money. I saw he was like, I'm getting a lot of inbound from VCs. This company's going to be worth $1 billion next week at this rate.
One of the first things we teach in Founder University is the value of forming a Delaware C Corp. Even if you're not in Delaware, it may sound complicated, but this is a standard for startups, making you more attractive to investors. And our friends at Northwest Registered Agent can help. They're the all-in-one business identity service that's going to get you a domain, a custom website, business email, and phone number, all in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. They're going to protect your privacy by using their own address on all public filings, and they're never going to sell your data. Plus, Northwest Registered Agent has all sorts of free tools and resources to ease the process of becoming a first-time founder and ensure that you can focus on building your business, not administrative tasks and paperwork. So get more from your Delaware C Corp with Northwest Registered Agent. Learn more at northwestregisteredagent.com/twist.